Mentors are just flat out awesome. Have you ever had somebody who took you under their wing, teach you to get to the next place? Well, Elijah, who we've been talking about, became a mentor. God told him in the cave to go anoint Elisha, maybe as his successor, but actually as someone for him to mentor. Not clear if he knew it at the time, because we see him going up to the guy, taking his cloak and throwing it on his shoulders and walking off. From that time until this, Elisha has been hanging with Elijah. Apparently he caught up with him. And now there are schools of prophets in at least 3 towns. Several hundred guys were now part of the mentorship team, Elisha being the lead mentee in that group. And prophets, being prophets, knew that Elijah was about to leave. He was going to go off and be with the Lord. And Elijah, who never seemed to be strong with social skills, kept trying to slough off Elisha. And Elisha would have nothing to do with it. He stuck with his mentor. He stuck with him through thick and thin. Eventually the time came. Elijah's at the Jordan River, and here comes a chariot on fire, separates mentor and mentee. And next thing you know, Elijah's gone. So now Elisha is left with nothing but the cloak of his master, that very thing that he threw on his back, the last thing left on the ground when Elijah went off. And we see Elisha picking up the cloak and smacking it on the Jordan River, parting the waters, and the other prophets watching and saying, the spirit that was on Elijah is now on Elisha. And that was the thing Elisha had asked for, was just a double portion, more of what you got, Elijah. Now, I think that's the greatest compliment to someone who's a mentor. I want to be like you. I want to be more like you than you are like you. I think of a guy that mentored me in college, and his name was Darren. He took me under his wing. It meant so much to me because he had things that I wanted. I remember from him, I learned about C.S. Lewis. I learned about Brother Lawrence, Practice of the Presence of God, and I learned about St. Francis. I learned that God was someone who was touchable and tender and interactive, and that there was some depth and some intellectual stimulation to this following of Jesus. Who are you mentoring? And are you being mentored? It might just be that God has something beautiful like that for you.
I hear the battles raging on in the north. My kids are fighting on both sides. It ain't even a war anymore, and I refuse to wear the colors of